MyMegoLike YouTube channel. That's right, this is where it all happens. Alright, so we got some packages today. Let's open them up. There's some cool stuff inside. And if you got kids, look out. Profanity does fly. I would highly recommend you ask them to leave the room. I'll give you like 15 seconds before the profanity starts flying. It does say it's not made for kids. Actually, most kids say it probably heard a lot worse than what comes out of my mouth. But regardless, we learned it on the internets. So very excited to get these packages in. It's been a while. I've got some packages floating around from Canada right now, and just like many things in Canada, shit just doesn't work right. Although he's saying it's the postal system here, so I guess we'll find out. I was just kidding about the Canadian joke. We love our Canadian neighbors. Can I shake the camera anymore? You like that when I shake the camera? All right, let's see what's in here. I think this is the... No, I see why it's not opening. I think this might be a boxed Olympic Big Jim set. And the reason this is so cool is because normally, this is it, you don't find them with all of the pieces intact. Wow, this guy did a hell of a job packing. Wow. You got the box in that? I guess so. All right. Did a nice job packaging it all up. Very nice. I like when somebody takes the time to package something nicely. It's really, really important that they do, that they understand the value. I did a video where somebody shipped me an original Empire Toys 70s toy in a box. Instead of putting it inside another box, they just labeled the outside of the box, the original store box. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Anyway, I don't remember everything that was in this set. I'm pretty sure I do. So let's get this open and let's see what we got going on. First thing we have is the muscle mover. Excuse me. And this, I guess we would attach this to the Big Jim. I guess I have to figure out how to make this work because I don't know exactly how it works yet. But, oh, wait, maybe we do this? Okay, regardless. It gets hooked into Big Jim. He's got a belt, and this helps get him moving with a thing. I don't know if it's... I've never had one of these before, so we're going to try it and see what's up. Let's see what's up. Feel free to comment if you like. Comments are all welcome. Anyway, I'm very excited. This Friday starts the premiere of Superman. I know there's a lot of mixed emotions, just like every other superhero movie that's out there, but we're very excited. We rent it out. Let's see, now this one looks like it's working. Possibly. Okay. This one might not be working properly. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. A little pressure. Uh-huh. Tasers, kids. Tasers. All right, what else do we have? Okay. Let's see if a phone call comes through in the middle of me doing this. Forgive me. All right, so we've got the original white tennis shoes. Got the original Big Jim boxing shorts. Here are the belts. I actually got an extra one of these belts in a lot with something. And these wrap themselves around the Big Jim midriff, or the waist, as some of you know it. And when you insert these into those triggers I just showed you, these little handheld controllers, then what happens is it gets Big Jim to actually be able to move, and I guess to box. So you get two figures. Get in the box. Why does this not want to open now? Okay. Maybe it's not meant to be open. Maybe they taped it because they didn't really want it opened. So one of the things I love about collecting, and the things I think are amazing, are that no matter how much you know, how much you think you know, how much you think you're the authority on things, there's always something else out there that you don't know about, and somebody knows that you don't. And I was talking to my friend Troy, who sent me a picture, and he said, "You ever see this?" And it was this really cool Empire toy set. You know, Empire, the ones that make the Jeeps and the superhero vans and the copters and all that stuff. And I said, no. And it's this play set. And I said to him, wow, that's really cool. I didn't even know if it was real or maybe it was just from a magazine, but apparently it was, because I just found it auctioned off about 9 years ago. There we go. So this goes into your figure around his waist. It inserts into here. This gets pushed to the back, and then it gets the figure, puts pressure on it, gets it to move, right? Okay, anyway. So I said to him, isn't it amazing, like, no matter how much you know, no matter how much you think you know, that there's always something else out there. How about stuff you didn't know that was marketed? Hey, what's up, Harry? Harry's a great YouTube channel. He goes and garage sales and yard sales. And Harry, like I said, you crack me up because Harry will walk up like, do you have any of this? Do you have any of that? And they're like, no. And he's like, see ya. He's like, I'm out. But he finds some really cool stuff. And Harry, you've gotten some good deals. I love watching your stuff. I think, what is it, Bang Bang Productions? I think you always put on your thing, which is really cool. And yeah, Harry's got a good YouTube channel. You got to look him up. You should put your YouTube channel in the comments, Harry, so people can click on it and go to your YouTube channel. Check his stuff out and subscribe. You find some really cool old stuff. But anyway, so Troy came up with this thing, and somebody posted it in another group, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. You know, there's always something else out there, and how much stuff that they had that you didn't know about. How much stuff did they have, no matter how much research you have, that that was, you know, maybe sold only in the West and not in the East, or in Europe, or in India, or Russia, or wherever that may be at that time. Association with Bang Bang Production. There we go. All right, so here's the figure. This is actually a Big Jack gold medalist. Not a Big Jim, it's a Big Jack. We've got the boxing outfit, which is in great shape. We've got the 2 gloves, which I didn't show any of this. He's got the 2 gloves, which are in great shape. I actually have, I think, a set of these gloves somewhere. I think I have another boxing set. I can put another Big Jim, but this is the Olympic gold medal set, and you're going to see why I like this so much. It's got a little bit of the old weightlifting workouts too. Make him put that shot. I mean, it's got all kinds of crap. Basketball, skiing, Olympic, judo, karate. We've also got special offer, all 3 for only $1. Coupon inside. Olympic record book. Surprise your friends with your knowledge of the biggest Olympic events. Gold medal winners from 1936. Olympic shield for your t-shirt. Iron-on Olympic emblem for your t-shirt. Olympic medal, full size for you to wear. So you could mail in and get this Olympic book with little historical facts, a gold medal, gold, sure it's plastic obviously, for you in a child size, and of course this patch. So I don't know if I've ever seen the gold medal, but we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that's in here, and you can take a look for yourself. First of all, here's the Big Jack figure, and he is really he's in outstanding shape, my God. So all of his joints are very tight. Now, before I say this, if Brian Sanchez comes on here, he's watching. Brian Sanchez gets very excited by figures in their jockey shorts. So we're going to try and, I should blur it out, but I think he can handle it. Anyway, so this one's in really good shape. It's almost like it's brand new. Does he work? Oh yeah, he works. Arm still works. His joints are tight, which is interesting. He's got a little tiny bit of melt. That's probably from being in the box. But I believe the idea was, oh, can I do this without breaking it? That's my biggest fear, the old plastic snaps. I do have an extra one just in case. Okay, so the idea is you get him dressed in his, I guess, his boxing outfit or whatever. You hook him up inside here. I don't think I have this quite right the way it's supposed to go, but, oh, there we go. Get your ass kicked, Holmes. Yeah. Who wants some of that? Sanchez, you want some of that? Come get that karate chop. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, Brian and I are good friends. I have to say I've never seen that toy. I don't remember. What, the Big Jim? You've never seen Big Jim before? You've seen Big Jim, right? He's all over the place. That was basically Mattel's answer to Barbie for boys, not the Ken doll. Big Jim was, he was the one that they, oh, he's got a little melt mark on the arm. But this was for boys. Any buggy they made for Barbie or Big Jim, they made for Big Jim. There was the Big Jim is a giant half an airplane, the Sky Commander, and they made it for Barbie as the United Airlines Friendship. They just modified some of the stuff. But this is pretty sweet. So the box is nice. I didn't realize the box was this skinny, but what makes it even more fun is still sealed in the original bag. It's gonna be, let's see if I can show this. You could see the belt, this metal band. So what they did with these metal bands, I have a few loose ones, you would wrap it around his bicep. And these Big Jims, when you push their arm up, they would make a muscle, so it would snap the band to show how strong he was. In addition to that, you can see there's a little barbell, and it's hard to see. There's a barbell in there. There's also the gold string, and that's for you to put this gold medal onto around his neck. But look at this. This, I doubt you're ever going to find this loose. The only person who probably ever found this loose is Danny Gates, and he probably had to find it in Australia. And what this is right here, it's a little black shot put ball, if I remember correctly. It's a shot put ball. You see it in there? Tiny. Tiny. It is a shot put ball. So these are all bagged. I've yet to find one. I'm not saying they're not out there. I just haven't found one. I've had a lot of big gyms. I've had several different, but okay. So big jack. All right. So we had several figures, right? I got it, Harry. So they made the Olympic Big Jim, the Olympic Big Jack. I don't know if they made Big Jeff and Olympic. They probably did. So they went through all these periods. So you had Big Jim. You had Big Jack, who was the only black guy in it. You had Big Jeff, who was the blonde-haired one. You had Big Josh, that was the brown hair with the beard. And who am I missing? I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anybody. I can give you a little here. I'll give you a little quick tour of what we got going on. So you may have seen, this is, I'm going to have to do it this way. That's Big Jeff right there. That's the Tarzan Big Jim. A little hard to find. Let's see what we got over here. This is, okay, these are Mexican ones. So these are Kitaceros. You're not going to see these anywhere. That's Mexican Big Jim. Where is he? God, do I not have a Big I might not have a Big Josh. To be honest with you, I don't think I have one. I got a bunch down there. I don't know if I have him anywhere. But, so you had these figures, Big Jim, Big Jeff, Big Josh, Big Jack. Big Jack was the black guy, and really cool figure. You know, it's interesting, if you collect vintage G.I. Joe, the black G.I. Joes, they usually go, not always, but they usually go for more money, and come to learn that whatever they put in that plastic to turn it the color it is kind of eats it away. So a lot of them just crumble, or have crumbled over the years. So I guess maybe they made less of them also, but God, it's killing me. So yeah, so they become a little more expensive. No, there were no Big Mikes. I think everything was with a J. So Jeff, Josh, Jack, and Jim. Yes. There's an OK Mike that was made by Ferga Toys in Italy, and they actually used the Steve Scout body, and then they kind of made a rip-off Steve Austin head, put it on it, and there is an OK Mike. So you can go to MyMegoLike.com. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't have any Big Jim stuff up there now, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff on like OK Mike and stuff. I put a lot of the knockoff stuff, things from overseas that people don't get to see. All right, so here's what's even better. Not only do I have the accessories packaged, and the shot put ball is in there, which is sick. I didn't even realize the gold medal wasn't on the string. I didn't realize you had to do that. But look at this. The paperwork and the patches are in here. So you're like, what? Yes, that's right. You said it. What? Let's bring on, see what we got in here. All right, so let's start with this. Gold medal Big Jack. Shows you how to do his test of strength. Remember the metal band I told you that you wrap around his bicep, and then you flex him and it snaps the band off. So it's to show his test of strength. Even though it's a little bit torn, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Look at these. This, I'm going to tell you, as stupid as you may think this is, these are impossible, in my experience, to find. I don't know, maybe Danny Gates has a couple. These are patches. These are patches to go on your shirt. They're literally patches. Patches were all the rave when I was a kid back in the 70s. You got a hole in your jeans, your mom buys a patch. It could be a Rolling Stone tongue sticking out of the mouth. It could be the American flag. They had all kinds of crazy shit going on, but these are patches. This one's yellowing a little bit, but this one's actually still quite in good shape. So these are nice. You don't find these, they're soft, kind of fuzzy on the outside, and then of course for the glue backing. I don't even know if they still work, and I don't even want to try. Let's go a little further. Here is the card that you would send in to get this gold medal for you, okay, in the booklet. So I think I need my glasses for this. I'm just getting too old for this crap. Special gold medal offer. Yes, the Mattel special gold medal offer sounds great. Please send me, and there's a blank here for how many sets you want. Sets with Olympic record book, Olympic shield, and Olympic medal. I have enclosed $1 for each set, check or money order, imagine. California residents add 6% sales tax. That was a lot back in the 70s. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. You put your age, your name, your address, your city, your state, your zip. Mail completed coupon to Gold Medal Offer, P.O. Box 92354, Los Angeles, California, 9 blah, 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 blah. Authorized by U.S. Olympic Committee under Public Law 805. Mattel Incorporated 1974, Hawthorne, California. Printed in Hong Kong, all rights reserved. Let's look at the expiration date. Anybody want to guess on when this offer expired? Remember, this came out in the 70s. Does anyone want to take a guess at when it expired before I put it up on the screen? You remember all the patches, Harry, on the, yeah, the patches on jean jackets, they were the rave. Led Zeppelin, I mean, you name it. Would have Easy Rider, probably Go Streak and shit like that. Can you see the expiration? Is it backwards for you guys? I think it's probably backwards. So it's, offer expires June 30th, 1977. So this has been in the box pre that date. You could mail it in. I would love to find that medal. I'm sure somebody's got one somewhere. But let's go even a little bit further. What do I have here? Give me a, oh yes, look. It still has the Big Jim little comic book inside, the All-Star. And you can see they've got, wow, this is really cool. 1971, Mattel Incorporated, Hawthorne, California. We've got Big Jim in the basketball, football. We've got him doing karate, breaking wood. And we also have him in the baseball set over here. These all came in the box. You can see they've got a little comic for each of the sports that he was doing. Can you guys see those? I'll try and bring those across slowly. It's hard to do from here. So the sports he was doing, there's a little comic, there's a little bit of story in there. We'll go to the next page. A little more story. It's actually a comic book, believe it or not. It's advertising, but it's a comic book. Over here we've got the Big Jim uniforms. Let's see, Big Jim set. Oh, this is nice. And they actually put up, in sports, the right gear is always important. Big Jim set number 4332 includes gym shorts, dumbbell, karate board, baseball, sport book, and Big Jim All-Star. So this is, I guess they had a set, 4332 you could buy. Take it one more further. I'm ready to suit up in any of these uniforms. These are advertisements for different uniforms, and including the buggy. Down at the bottom, I'll show you guys the buggy. I actually have it, and I got it to work. I actually have 2 of them, and they work. That's also, they did that for Barbie, a little bit different. Here's how to get in the action with Big Jim. His karate chop, all his joints move. He can make a muscle, press his back, and he can pitch those. So here's actually, they show you how to use the different accessories and so on. Wow, that's pretty sweet. I think I paid, I probably shouldn't say, I'm not supposed to. David Young's like, no, he doesn't tell anybody, maybe I should. Fuck it. I think I probably paid like $75 or $80 for it, I think. Something like that, which is a deal because I've seen the figure used and the box. Missing a lot of stuff for about $100. This one's still got the original mail away and the original patches, which probably means it wasn't used too much, which I think is really, really cool. It's always the cool rare stuff when you find it. You're 100% Harry. Oh, Harry said 1985. Yeah, about 8 years too late. 1977. But yeah, you're right. It's the rare stuff and the cool stuff that really it does. It makes it exciting to see these kinds of things, to stumble across them, to find them. I enjoy the hunt, but I do enjoy when the packages show up in the mail. I mean, it's a piece of history. I think we collect and we look for things. Obviously, there's probably some reminiscent factor in there. Also, maybe just some people like to do it for the money. I don't. I don't do it to collect for the money. I don't do it for resale value. I do it because I think it's fun. Here's one of the socks, by the way. And I definitely enjoy it. And I think that, these things, I actually want to separate these patches because I have a feeling that I just get a bad feeling that one day they'll get heated up down somewhere and the glue will come through. So we'll put these away a little bit later. I'm just going to move them to the side for now because a couple other things to open. But some really cool stuff. For me, the reminiscing, it takes me back to when I was a kid and Christmas opening those boxes that Santa brought and just so excited at the things you could find. And I think that's I think that's important. It keeps us sometimes young. It keeps us busy. It keeps us out of the strip joints, Brian Sanchez. Just kidding. It's just a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to open some other boxes. See, before eBay, there's great toy shows. You can get a lot of cool stuff in the area because the guy from New York would come down. Oh, yeah, Harry, before eBay in 97, even when eBay started in 97, I don't know if you remember, I was on it. It would crash. I was buying off auctions on the BigRedToyBox.com. And I think there was another one. I don't remember what it's called, but then there was eBay. eBay used to crash because they had too many people bidding and they couldn't handle it. They didn't realize the volume of people it would bring in. I mean, that whole, I can tell you, I know what their systems are built on because I'm in the field, and they are not on anything small, I'll tell you that. They have, call coming in. That happens. All right, let me open this up. So this is one set, and this is just one set. I bought a couple of these things. You know, you get the bug for something. Speaking of Big Jim, you get the bug, and I brought these up the other day. These are knockoff sets that have this really strange scale, and that part of the stuff is scaled to G.I. Joe, and you know, or G.I. Joe 12-inch figure, and the other part is scaled to like Big Jim, and there's even a little bit that's scaled on an 8-inch scale, like an original Mego. So this is, I showed these the other day and I did a video. You can go look the other day. I did these Action All-Star sets where these were sets, they were knockoff. They use almost the same packaging as, this is the fitness set, that was the baseball set. My baseball set is missing the baseball. However, the tennis set I have has it, which it's the same it's the same ball for tennis and that. This is the basketball. This is the football, and you can see like there's no way that helmet would fit on G.I. Joe. It'd fit on a Big Jim. But the shoes are gigantic. They're G.I. Joe size. However, when you look at the little shoes, these are fit for Big Jim. So their scale was all over the place. It's your typical Hong Kong packaging. But I saw this and bought it before I found the next box I'm going to open. This is the soccer set. And again, the shoes are G.I. Joe size, but the soccer ball is actually a basketball. Yes, it's a basketball. It comes in the set, and that's the way it came. It's not a mistake. It wasn't mispackaged. That's the way they made it. You know, these knockoff sets are quite interesting. Now, this is more of those sets. Some of them are duplicates. It came as a set, but I was able to get, I think it's 5 of these sets for what I would pay for, almost what I paid for that one. After I bought that, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I'm okay to have the extras. I don't mind having extra sets of things. I like them. Oh yeah, this is my favorite. These water-soluble packing peanuts, environmentally friendly. They're made out of like vegetable oil or something. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we're gonna open these up, see what's in there. And then, so the packing peanuts are soluble, but the foam that they wrap the stuff in is not. So sort of good for the environment, sort of not. I'm not a crazy lunatic for advocating that stuff, but I think it's okay to be environmentally conscious to a point, not when it comes to a point that you're disturbing the flow of life, blocking traffic and so on. But let's see what we got here. All right, let's open these up, because this foam is definitely not. These are in actually, if I remember correctly, in pretty good shape. This person, I think they're old store stock, to be honest with you, based on what I saw. You know, you saw the ones I saw there. They got some spots, and the boxes get a little crappy, and sometimes the glue on the side comes apart, and so on. But overall, they're old and they're vintage, and that's what makes them fun. But what's even more fun sometimes is you find stuff that's vintage that's actually in really good shape, like it's never been touched. So let's open this up. Yeah, these are in good shape. And it's actually quite funny. I'm going to tell you, these Action All-Stars, I don't know a lot of people who actually collect them, go out and collect them other than myself, but a lot of times you find them unpunched. I mean, this is literally, look at that. It's like brand new. Just make sure it doesn't smell, no, it doesn't smell old or anything. This is literally like brand new. It's in excellent shape. I don't know if it's old store stock. I mean, as opposed to like this. Sorry. So it's in excellent shape. This is a repeat set. This one I love. Okay, so I have the baseball set. this package is better. If you take a quick peek, the baseball's up here. It's supposed to be taped over here. The tape came off right there. But they just tape these things with a piece of Scotch tape over a ball, and the tape dried. So you have to get rid of it. So his hat's a little colored, a little discolored, but it's got the baseball. So what we're probably going to do is, because I think, yeah, the baseball's loose in there. What we're going to do is we're going to open it up. We'll get the baseball in a little tiny Ziploc bag and put it inside, the same as I did the tennis ball. This is another football set. These are a little bit easier to see, but if you take a look at this right here, there's no way this is scaled for G.I. Joe. Not the 64 vintage Joe. This is more, and even the football is a big gym size. This is more scaled towards Mego, or it actually probably could have fit the O.J. Simpson toy over there. Yeah, that's another one. All right, from Shindana. This is the karate set, if you will. What's interesting about it is if you look at Big Jim things, they always have these two little hooks because Big Jim had a flat karate hand in the United States. In Europe, he had a curved, almost kung fu grip type hand. But Big Jim from Mattel, they always put these on his axes, anything. And this is the only thing in here. The baseball bat doesn't have it. In the Big Jim world, it does, but this still has this. So they molded it right off of that. In addition, the boards, they're the same as the Big Jim boards. These boards, I mean, it's color, no, but the snapping and how it breaks in half, exactly the same. And then you could see the huge difference after I bought this one for X amount of dollars. I bought all 5 of those for almost the same, and look at the difference in it. So what we may wind up doing, possibly, is I may wind up opening the loose sets and maybe finding figures to put them on. But then again, you've got this mixture where the basketball is Big Jim size, but the shoes are G.I. Joe size. So it's all interesting. So we're collecting on that. And so what I love about this is I've been able to acquire this basketball set, baseball, football. They don't look anything like the pictures. Soccer, the fitness set, and the karate set. I'm still, if they ever made them, would be looking for the scuba, the hockey, and the race car driving set. Maybe they made them, maybe they didn't. I haven't seen them. I've seen all of those. I think a lot of times they had good intentions to make certain things and they didn't get done. But yeah, but that's what we have for today. That's a little bit of what's going on there. I was doing phone bids on Toy Shop Magazine. My God. You know, it's really funny that you say that. I have it around here somewhere, Harry. They did the original website that I had before the MyMegoLike one that I had before I shut it down was MegoLike.com. And if you know John Toyzilla Marshall, he's in our Facebook group, he's written quite a few books on action figures and some good G.I. Joe stuff, and he's an avid collector. He's got some really cool pieces, but he did a cool thing on the Tomlin Star Raiders, and he wrote a little bit of blurb in there, and I have it somewhere here. It's over there somewhere, but yeah, he actually wrote about the website in there that we had put up. And, you know, just to say on that website, anyway, that website was built as a labor of love. I would do the work as far as putting it together, but all the pictures and everything came from me and everybody else that was collecting at the time that we spoke, and people would send pictures in and we'd put them up. We'd say, hey, this was sent by, Harry Humstone, whatever, that kind of thing. So it was for everybody to enjoy. There was no one person trying to take over the toy world. For those of you that are on the inside of that and understand that, you'll know what I mean. But anyway, those are times from quite a while ago. But yeah, so that's what we've got going on there today. We're gonna probably, we're gonna see what we can do here to get some more space in here. I've got a few more things coming in. Like I said, I've got something coming in from Italy that I'm dying to show. It's another version of what I have, and I got a few more pieces coming in. They're on the slow boat. Things have been a little slower. What I know is shipping out of eBay. I don't know why. It's like you pay for it, and then 7 to 10 days later they ship it. I'm like, am I supposed to wait that long? Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to leave any comments if you will. Harry, as always, it's a pleasure. Harry, please post your YouTube in the comments so people can come check it out. Harry's got a really good YouTube channel. He's got like over 3,000 people that follow him, if I remember correctly. And thanks, Harry. I appreciate it. And he travels site to site or place to place, and he's picking through stuff, and he always finds the good stuff buried underneath that everybody else misses. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great evening, and yeah, talk to you soon. Peace.